Yo, brand new Trillium beer day! And perhaps the beer that will end my obsession with Galaxy hops. I feel like I kind of figured out Mosaic and Citra. I still enjoy Mosaic and Citra hops in beer quite a bit, but Galaxy, I've just been drinking so many different beers, especially ones from Trillium, that feature Galaxy, and now I've got maybe not the king of all Galaxy beers, but it's up in the running. It's Galaxy Cutting Tiles that was just released for the first time today, canned today. It says Buzz Cut on there, and it's 8.5%, which the last Cutting Tiles, the Mosaic version that is otherwise known as Archaic, that one was only 8%, which is lower than what Galaxy or the Cutting Tiles Archaic ever was. Usually Archaic was 8.5, and now the Galaxy Cutting Tiles is 8.5. I don't really know exactly why or what. All the other ingredients in this Cutting Tiles are the same as the Mosaic one that came out a couple weeks ago. Maybe just yeast batch variation? We'll see. That last one was, the last Cutting Tiles was pretty sweet, maybe? Which would make sense if it was lower alcohol. It wasn't super sweet, and it was also barely bitter. So this is the first time they've ever done Galaxy in this honey double IPA, and it's 100% Galaxy hops, and the first time they've ever made a beer with only Galaxy hops for everything. Bittering, all that stuff, and it's got wheat and some things in it too, and for the Mosaic Cutting Tiles, it was a little bit low carb, and I looked at some pictures of this one. It seemed like this one was kind of lower carbonation too, but maybe that's just how it ends up being when they brew it. Kind of a good head, maybe a little higher carbonation than the last one. And ooh, I'm smelling it already, because the last Cutting Tiles was a little bit low impact, because it would have been a little bit more in your face, but would pop more if it had more carbonation. And this, ooh yeah, oh boy, this is popping, definitely. It doesn't have that super thick head that sticks around forever like a lot of Trillium beers, but I think that has to do with the honey in some way, because honey, I think they use a good amount of local raw wildflower honey in these ones, and they really want the honey to come out. But in this one, whoa, the Galaxy is really intense. That's really juicy orange creamsicle flavor is really taking over. I feel like that last batch was more honey forward. This one is pretty explosive with the Galaxy. Oh yeah, and I'm not getting any booze. The honey is just adding like a rich flavor, a richness to it in a way that is very nice. Yeah, I noticed some honey, but it's not nearly as much as that last one, the Mosaic one. Oh, that's very nice. It's got the peach, it's got nectarines, it's got, passion fruit. It's got, yeah, that almost vanilla type aroma that I get from Galaxy and also Citra sometimes. Actual like orange Julius, creamsicle, like orange with a little bit of sort of vanilla creamy thing happening in that aroma too. And there definitely is, a floral honey thing happening, but it's not one of the main big points of the aroma like Archaic was. And yeah, there's no booze. It's very, very, very low on the greenness. Yeah, if you inhale really hard, there's a little bit of heat from the alcohol. Oh boy, whew. That is packed with flavor. Oh my god, pretty full body. It's just luscious. This is like, tastes like some sort of Goya tropical nectar. And the finish is like vanilla cream. Yeah, it tastes actually vanilla-y to me. Maybe that's also coming from some of the the floral but earthy honey that matches up with that Galaxy hops. But oh my gosh, the flavors keep changing on my tongue, and it's this one's pretty hazy. It's hazier than the last batch. Yeah, the spiciness. It's got this creamy vanilla, but also the spicy vanilla flavors I'm noticing in there too. There must be some magical interaction of the honey and the Galaxy hops. And the mouthfeel is not thick, but pretty medium full and creamy textured. Good amount of bitterness too. But then I guess there's a sort of sweet nectary quality that coats your mouth also, along with a little bit of bitterness. It's not just a quick finish or anything, and it lingers in your mouth. A little bit of that oily quality that I had from the last batch. Whoa. There's a lot I can just sip this and think about it, which with a lot of IPAs, the finish doesn't linger too much, and I usually don't really care, but this is fantastic. And the carbonation, yeah, isn't super high. I think it's more in the last batch, but it's not necessary, really. It's chewy. It's just like so many different fruits, along with these sweet spices. I mean, it almost tastes like cardamom is in there too a little bit. Nothing like cinnamon, but cardamom, vanilla are similar sort of things that could be spicy and earthy, but very sweet at the same time. This is really good. And I barely had any sips of this beer. This is probably like the best double IPA I've ever had. I love this. I thought that the honey made the last batch really unique and interesting, but it wasn't perfectly made. It wasn't like the hops and the honey were kind of battling out, and neither was really winning. With this one, the hops are winning, but the honey is just taking everything to stratospheric levels. And I think I also just love Galaxy hops. This is kind of the beer that is, maybe it's not going to end up ending my obsession with Galaxy hops. It's going to make me always chasing the dragon of Galaxy hops that is in this beer. It's really good. Just, yeah, so much orange, spicy orange, a little bit of a orange peel pith bitterness, but plenty of honey sweetness in there. A slight Honey Nut Cheerios thing happening that I often get, but it's really nice. It's this beer, I think I've said everything I can say about it. It's really good. I'm getting this like a 95 or something like that. Maybe a 97. It's flawless in my opinion. I mean, it could have a big, full, giant head, but I think that's kind of hard to do when you use lots of honey in a beer like this, unless you like overcarb it, which they didn't do. And yeah, 97. I don't know, 5 bags of popcorn, 2 sodas, whatever you want. I don't really care too much about ratings as expressing what's happening with this beer. And there's a lot, but it's just all the fruits and creaminess and spiciness. With I didn't mention any green pepper or onion or salady sort of things that I often get from these hop varieties, because it's not really coming out as much. It's not like, maybe there's some black pepper, like distant subtle green pepper in the finish. I guess I'm noticing that a little bit, that greenness, but nothing like sweaty onion, dank qualities that other hops can give. Like, I think Galaxy is the current king hop. Like, there's some really interesting other hops out there that bring new flavors to the table, but Galaxy is the king of the tropical fruit and everything. Yeah, so whatever, 97. Give it 120 out of 130. I don't know, whatever you want. So, if you can get your paws on this, it's awesome. Bye.